Enter text here. Welcome back to the channel, chess fans. Today, we've got a fantastic puzzle that's all about tactical fireworks and clever deflections. It's white to move in this sharp position, and if you're a developing player, this one's a gold mine for learning how to spot those game-changing sacrifices that turn the tide. Let me paint the picture for you. White has a powerful queen sitting on the h6 square, eyeing the black pawn on h7 like it's lunch. Backing it up is a rook on h3, ready to charge up the h-file. There's another white rook on f1, a king safely tucked on g1, and pawns on g2 and h2. Black, meanwhile, has their king on g8, a queen on e7 guarding some key spots, rooks on a6 and d6, and pawns on a5, g6, and that vulnerable h7. The black king looks a bit exposed on the back rank, with no pieces really shielding it, and white's pieces are coordinated for an attack. It feels like white can crash through. But how? As a good player, you'd start by hunting for checks, captures, and threats. Those are your candidate moves. There are a few tempting ones here that might fool a beginner, but let's break them down entertainingly and see why they don't quite cut it, before we reveal the stunner. First off, what if white just grabs that h7 pawn with the queen for a check? It looks juicy. Boom. Queen snatches the pawn and stares down the king diagonally. Black's king can't safely take it back because the white rook on h3 protects h7 along the open h-file. See how that backup is crucial? But here's the catch. Black's queen on e7 can swoop in horizontally across the 7th rank to capture the white queen on h7. Now white could try to keep the party going by capturing back with the rook from h3 to h7. But watch this. Black's king on g8 can then gobble up that rook on h7. And why is that safe? Because with the white queen already gone from h6, there's no protection left for h7. The rook is hanging out there alone, like a sitting duck. White ends up losing material without even getting checkmate. Total buzzkill. It's a classic case where the order of moves matters. You can't just rush in without softening up the defenses first. So, that direct stab doesn't work. Black wriggles out and comes out ahead. What about other flashy checks? Say, sliding the queen to g7 for a check. It's empty and right next to the king. But nope, the black king just captures it safely, since nothing protects g7. Or capturing the g6 pawn with the queen for a check up the g-file. That might pick up a pawn, but black has responses, and it doesn't force anything decisive. Even pushing the queen straight to f8 for a back rank check seems clever. But black's queen can snap it off, and if white recaptures with the f1 rook, the king grabs that unprotected rook. Again, material disaster. These are the kinds of traps weaker players fall into. Tempting, but flawed because they don't account for the opponent's best replies. Now, let's get to the real magic. The move a strong player spots because it combines tactics with strategy. Deflection. White's rook on f1 blasts forward to f8 with check, sacrificing itself on the back rank. This is pure brilliance. It's undefended, but it pins the king against the wall. Black's king can't escape to any safe square without getting hammered. For instance, f7 looks open, but the new rook on f8 attacks straight down the f-file to control it. h8 is hit horizontally by that same rook across the empty 8th rank, and g7 is under fire from white's queen on h6 diagonally. No good. The king also can't capture the rook itself, because f8 is protected by that queen slicing through on the diagonal via the empty g7. So, black's only option is to take the rook with their queen from e7 to f8. But oh boy, that's exactly what white wanted. The black queen is now deflected, pulled away from its defensive post on e7, where it was guarding h7. With that path clear, white unleashes the killer blow. Queen captures the pawn on h7 with check. This isn't just a check, it's checkmate. Let's see why. Black's king is in a box. It can't capture the queen on h7 because it's protected by the white rook on h3, now blasting up the fully open h-file. The queen's move cleared h6. No other black pieces can take it either. The queen's stuck on f8 and can't reach h7, and those rooks are way off on a6 and d6 with no line to h7. Escape squares? Forget it. g7 is attacked horizontally by the white queen. h8 falls to the queen vertically up the h-file. f7 is under horizontal fire from the queen through the empty g7, and f8 is occupied by black's own queen. Nowhere to run, no way to block an adjacent queen check like this. Boom. Mate. What a sequence! White sacrifices a rook to deflect the black queen, clears the path for the h-file battery, and delivers a devastating queen mate. The big lesson here for improving players. Tactics like this thrive on deflection, forcing your opponent's key defender out of position. It's not always about the obvious capture. Sometimes you need to lure pieces away to expose weaknesses, especially around the king. Notice how the back rank and open files played a huge role too. Always scan for those in your games. Practice spotting these and you'll win more puzzles and real matches. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, subscribe for more chess breakdowns, and drop a comment. What's your favorite deflection tactic? See you next time.